Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA. In today's unboxing first impressions video, we've got a package from Aught Design. Now, Tad did send me this as a sample for review, but all the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone. I did not share this content with Aught Design prior to publication. They will see this when you do. In addition to that, there is an affiliate link in the description box down below. If you're considering buying this jacket or any other product from Aught Design, please consider using that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but you do get a small percentage of that sale kicked back to me, and all the money goes back into this channel to help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. So what's inside this bag here is my third jacket now from Aught Design, and I've been very, very pleased with the quality of all of the products I've gotten from Tad, but their jackets have just blown me away. I've been following them for years from the backpack world, and then when I came more into the menswear and heritage wear, I was eyeballing more of their clothing and their outerwear, and I will honestly say, like, the N1 deck jacket, I've been wearing that basically non-stop for the past 2 months. It's been freezing cold. That thing is amazing. Prior to that, I had the Interval WX, which is an Unlined jacket, which kind of brought me to the deck jacket when it got really cold. And I was just blown away by the quality craftsmanship and the way they wear and feel on the body. They're just really, really great jackets. So inside this poly mailer, we have the Outrider Jacket, the original version, the Unlined version. I think we are getting the blanket lined as well, so later on down the line, we will do a one-to-one comparison of the Unlined to the lined. But for now, we're going to start with the Unlined version. And I'm excited to just check this thing out because, as I said, I have been very, very impressed with all of the jackets I've had from them so far. But this one is my first American-made jacket. The other two are actually made in the UK, and this one is cut and sewn in the US of A. So this is my first US-made jacket from Tad. So we're just gonna crack this thing on open, and I'm gonna stop rambling on. All right. So there we have the Outrider Jacket in black size large, and this is the original version. This is the Unlined version. They have the new Outrider that is a blanket lined version. Ooh-wee. I love this Sahara Stay Wax material. This is great. This is like a dry wax material, so it doesn't have that like sticky, wet, waxy feel. This is the, I believe, the Sahara 8, which is the same as on the Interval WX. So I'm familiar with it. It feels great, and yeah, so I can rub this jacket, and I'm not getting that waxy feeling on my hands because it doesn't have. It's a dry waxed. Now this is the British Millerain Sahara 8 dry wax, and the way they make it dry wax so it doesn't have that wet feeling is they use heat and pressure. So they basically impermeate the cotton fibers with the wax. They say this is machine washable. I did not try that on my Interval, nor am I in any hurry to try that on the Outrider. Maybe down the line I will give it a shot, but they do say this is machine washable, do not dry clean. I have never had a wax jacket until the Interval that said you can actually machine wash it. They're basically spot clean only, but this is supposed to be machine washable. Maybe down the line if we get it dirty, we'll try it, but right now we're going to keep this thing nice and safe. Now the overall styling of this is a Type 2 trucker jacket. Now I actually really, really like the Type 2 trucker jacket. What really makes it the Type 2 are these pleats right here. A traditional Type 2 will not have hand warmer pockets, and these two chest pockets will actually be kind of down here more. Now, traditionally, I am not a Type 2 or a Type 1 trucker jacket fan for that matter. I've been straight Type 3 all the way, but I will say probably the past year or so, I've really been looking at them, and the thing that I like about Type 2s are these more modern cuts where the pockets are up a little bit higher in the chest, and they have hand warmer pockets, because again, the traditional would not have hand warmer pockets. These pockets would be further down. Now, the Type 2 has these pleats here, and what these are for is you can actually cut these pleats, and you will actually be able to expand the jacket. So I think we can get a better view from the inside if we kind of pop it open real quick. You can probably see the extra material. You can see all this extra fold. So if you cut these pleats open, you can actually make this jacket bigger. which would have come in handy in 1953 when Levi's introduced the Type 2 trucker jacket, because back then people would buy basically one jacket to work and wear for basically as long as the garment would last. So if that person were to grow, or in the winter months when it got colder out and they needed to wear more clothes underneath that jacket, they could simply cut those pleats, expand the jacket, and then they have more room to layer, or if they got a little bit bigger, they didn't have to go out and buy a new jacket, especially if you didn't have the money to run out and buy a new jacket. So that's where these pleats kind of originate from. That is their intended purpose, was cut these, expand the jacket, make it a little bit bigger. But this thing is really, really nice. Now, again, modern Type 2. Some of the things we're going to see on this are pit vents, which will come in very handy for a wax canvas, because wax canvas is generally not breathable because it is a cotton, but it is coated with wax, so it will therefore be more weather resistant to water and elements, so it's not going to breathe really well at all. So putting those pit vents in the armpits are going to help you to vent some of that body heat, because your armpits are one of your top 3 areas you lose heat on your body. So pit vents, very useful on a wax jacket. Now, I think, do we have on the back side? Okay, we do not. A traditional Type 2 will actually have the back clasps like a Type 3, so it would still have the buttons with the epaulettes, so you can actually shrink it in. So in theory, you would actually be able to really tailor in the fit of your Type 2. If you had the back epaulettes, you can make it smaller, or you could cut the front seams and make it bigger. Now, one other awesome feature with this is that we have back gussets, and I'm just noticing here too, I didn't notice that before, is that there's actually another pit vent on the back side in the gusset. So we actually have the gusset, so we have more room. Another cool feature with the Unlined version is we actually have a game pocket. So we have the pocket that goes straight through. Now, it snaps closed. Now, the original design with this pocket is as a game pocket. You see these on a lot of the more English wax jackets like the Barbers, or I have it on my Flint and Tinder Hudson jacket that has the game pocket, and it's for that game. If you're out hunting duck, you shoot the duck, you would stick it in this back pocket here. But with this jacket, the intended use here is to actually wear this working in, and then this gives you an extra pocket to maybe throw those gloves in if you don't need them, or any kind of extra tool or bandana. You can stick something back here that you need to have accessible, but you might not have the pocket space for up front. If you have any kind of tools thrown in these pockets, you could throw something back here, like a pair of work gloves or a hat or something like that. So you have this pocket that you can then snap closed and secure. Now, the triple Aught design Outrider jacket normally comes in at $298 USD. It is available in Desolation, Frontier, or Black as seen here. Tad calls this a standard fit jacket. Now, the main shell of this jacket is actually made from the British Millerain Stay Wax Sahara 10, not the Sahara 8 as I had mentioned earlier. That would have been the Interval WX jacket, but the Outrider is the Sahara 10, which is a 100% cotton canvas waxed material. The lining in the cuffs is an 8-whale 100% cotton Brisbane moss corduroy. The lining on the handwarm pockets is a 100% cotton twill. The jacket features Tad branded shank or snap buttons throughout. And once again, Triple Aught Design does say that this is machine washable on cold, and it is cut and sewn in the US of A. And for point of reference, I am 5'9", roughly 175 to 180 pounds, and I am wearing a size large. And trying the jacket on for the very first time, I will say this is following a trend I am seeing with Tad, and their jackets do run pretty true to size, where I think the larges are just a little bit big on me, but with something like this that is a wax jacket, I would prefer to have it a little bit bigger than just fit me, because as you wear these, they will break it and take on patina, and they will develop some creases and folds, which will ultimately make the jacket feel and fit a little bit smaller. So having it a little bit more oversized actually is a good thing for me, at least, in a wax jacket. They also are a little less stretchy than a regular cotton jacket because that wax does make the jacket a little bit more rigid. So overall, I think the size large was the proper size choice for me. I think if I got a medium, it would certainly fit and look good, but I think as it aged and over time, the jacket might start to look a little bit small on me, and especially in the sleeve area, as we develop the elbow creases and honeycombs, they are certainly going to pull up a little bit, and then a size medium would probably look far too short on me. So thus far, I am totally happy with the size large. I feel like it is fitting me just fine. And right now, I am only wearing this over a mid-weight flannel with a t-shirt on underneath, and I can still fit a sweatshirt underneath this very, very easily. And it is just the beginning of February here, so on some of the warmer days when it's in the, say, mid to low 30s, I can throw on a heavier weight sweatshirt underneath this and still wear this out as my shell and be completely fine and know that I have enough room and not feel like I'm Ralphie's little brother from A Christmas Story. So overall, I am digging the fit, feel, and finish of this jacket. And also keep in mind, a Type 1 and Type 2 are a boxier, more squared shape, so the actual shape and the way you're supposed to wear these jackets are a little bit looser than a more tapered fitting Type 3 trucker jacket. And it feels good. I have a full range of motion, especially with these shoulder gussets. I can actually move my arms and reach out, and the sleeves are landing on my wrist where they're supposed to instead of looking like I have high water wrists on, and they feel great. And if I feel like they're just a little bit long, I can simply just put a little cuff in the wrist and I can rock them folded up. And while I'm talking about the cuffs, I want to mention that these are corduroy lined, which is really, really nice, especially for a wax jacket when you're wearing a watch. Maybe not as important with the Outrider because it is a Sahara 10 dry wax jacket, but on a wetter feeling wax jacket, if you do not have a lined cuff, once you slide your arm in there, your watch face starts to get pretty gunked up. Now this generally kind of lasts for about a week, maybe two, because some of that wax will shed off the jacket and eventually it's going to stop gunking up your watch face. But for that first week or two, for a wax jacket that does not have a lined cuff, you're going to get a lot of that wax gunking up your watch face, which could become kind of annoying. So when you have a lined cuff, it is not only more comfortable on your wrist, it's just a lot more convenient for when you're wearing your watch. Again, not as necessary on the Outrider because this is a dry wax Sahara 10, but generally speaking, for a wax jacket, I do prefer my cuffs to be lined, and corduroy lining is my personal preference because it feels good against the skin and it just looks really good as an accent. I'd also like to touch on the color of the jacket. Now this is what Tad is calling a black, but as I experienced with my interval, their black is more of a smoke color where it's not quite charcoal, but it's certainly not quite black. It definitely has more of a charcoal or a deep, deep bluish hue, like a battleship gray to it, as opposed to a straight black. Even flipping the corduroy cuffs up, they are not quite a jet black, but they certainly look darker black than the actual material the jacket is made out of. But for me, I actually really, really like this colorway. I think it helps to hide some of the dust and dirt and pet hair that you're going to get on your jacket. One of the reasons I personally don't wear a lot of black is because I always have a dog, and for the past 30 some odd years, those dogs have had predominantly white fur, so basically every time I walk out of the house, my jacket would just be covered in dog hair, so I personally don't wear a lot of black. But I found with my interval jacket that is the same color as this Outrider, it really did help to hide a lot of that dog hair, where I was able to comfortably wear this all the time and not feel like I needed to grab the lint roller every time I was about to walk out the door and clean my jacket off. So as it stands right now, I am very happy with the Triple Ought Design Outrider Unlined jacket. Again, Type 2 trucker jackets have not been my thing, because I don't like the pocket placement, really. I really like the pleats on the front, but I don't like the traditional Type 2 where the pockets are down really low, and I find that I need hand warmer pockets. It's something that I feel like I always need. My car keys go in there. If I'm walking the dog, the poo bags go in there. I usually have fingerless gloves. They go in there. So I need hand warmer pockets. It's a necessity to me. When a jacket does not have hand warmer pockets, I don't wear it. I actually got it was a rain shell. I can't remember what brand it was. I got it for hiking. I got it years ago, and I wore it one time, and the first time I wore it, I realized it did not have hand warmer pockets on it, and then I never wore it again. I kept it around for years and years and years because it was a great shell, but it just didn't have hand warmer pockets, and I never wore it, which I don't need to put my hands in the hand warmer pockets of a rain shell, but but I like to have my things accessible. My phone, I like to put my phone in my pocket and zip it in there. I like to throw my car keys in there and zip it in there. When I don't have hand warmer pockets, I don't like the jacket. So to me, a traditional or a vintage style Type 2, I like the pleat styling, but I didn't like them because I don't like the lower pockets and I don't like the lack of hand warmer pockets. So I like modern versions of things. I like the modern Type 3 has hand warmer pockets. A standard Type 3 does not. I like the modern, this is a modern Type 2. I really like it. I like the overall look because the pockets are where, the chest pockets are where I like them to be, and it has hand warmer pockets. So I'm very happy with the styling of this. I'm very happy with this, like more of a smoke color as opposed to a deep black color. And the fit, feel, and finish is great. It's exactly what I expected to see. I was wearing my Watchtower N1 deck jacket right before I came down here to film this. I took the dog for a walk. It's like 26 degrees outside, so I was wearing that, and it's pretty cold and slippery. And yeah, it was great. And actually, the dog pulled me this morning, and I fell pretty hard, and I slid down the ice, and I had the N1 on. Completely fine. So not only is the TAD Watchtower N1 incredibly comfortable and warm, it's durable. I fell and I slid for a while. I don't know, maybe not quite a while, maybe like 5 or 6 feet, but it felt like an eternity as you're sliding down the sidewalk after you cracked your skull on the blacktop. It wasn't comfortable. And I got up and, you know, my head and my elbow hurt real bad, but the jacket was completely fine. So the quality that I've seen thus far in the Triple Aught Design jackets, phenomenal. And it's exactly what I'm expecting to see out of the Unlined Outrider jacket. So we're going to go ahead and test this thing. We'll throw it into rotation. Probably won't get a ton of wear in this just yet. We're looking like we're going to have some colder days coming in the weeks to come. So if we do get the blanket line in, I'll probably end up wearing the blanket line more first and then switch into this maybe next month when the weather comes up. So there will be a full real user review of this coming. You just may have to wait a little bit longer just because it's an Unlined jacket. And again, it's looking like we're going to drop back down into the mid-20s coming up. So I don't think I'm going to be able to comfortably wear this around a ton in the next couple of weeks. But stay tuned. There will be a full real user review. But first impressions are very, very positive. I like the fit. I like the feel. I like the finish. I love the look. Modern Type 2. So far, it's a great all-around jacket, and if this has at least half of the styling and durability that I've come to see in both the Interval and the Watchtower, this is going to be a home run. So stay tuned. There will be a full real user review. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.